This is the continuation of the lecture one. This is the fourth section, and we are in chapter one, pharmacy and healthcare, and we are just beginning the part dealing with the different type of pharmacy settings. And when we again talk about pharmacy, we're talking about in relationship to the dispensing of medicine, prescribed medicine. Many times in the pharmacy, you see many over-the-counter um, medications there also. And there are different places where you find the most common that you see is the common community pharmacies. Examples of that would be CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Target, Walmart, etc. Okay. And so when we talk about the community pharmacy, independent and chain retail pharmacies. Also, many hospitals have their own pharmacies associated, usually inpatient and outpatient pharmacies. You have mail order operations. A lot of times people find to see it to get drugs cheaper from Canada, and they mail order their medication. Pharmacies, businesses that provide drugs by mail to patients, and this is a very fast growing area. Another type is long-term care. This is where you have residents in a particular facility due to a hospice situation, older, elderly individuals that need more acute and chronic care, but more of a semi-residential area. They may have their own pharmacy. Rarer than in hospital, but some may do. Managed care that is managed by insurance such as Kaiser Parenting. Kaiser has a very large operation in which they have their own pharmacy plus their own clinic, and they also insure. And then you have compounding pharmacies, and these are specialized pharmacies that prepare compounded medication. They don't manufacture; they just put different doses together, maybe different vials and different type of dispensing devices for the medication. And we will talk about them also a little bit later. All right, we already talked about MTM, and this is medication therapy management. Basically, that deals with the ability to provide patients with a comprehensive look at all of their medication that they are taking, rather than a consultation on only their prescription dispensed on a given day. Especially with the elderly population, individuals who may have had some extensive medical intervention, they have a lot of medications. And so a comprehensive look at the medication is always important. And because of these particular developments, the proliferation of different settings in which the pharmacy can be located, the different laws like OBRA and concept of MTM have expanded the role of the pharmacist and hence the pharmacy technician. So what are some of the economic trends that we could look for? Well, between the year 1970 and 2000, total healthcare costs in the United States have increased by almost 1,500% to $1.3 trillion. And it has surpassed the $2.5 trillion mark. And as of 2016, it is approaching $3 trillion. And that's out of a $18 trillion economy. That means that it plays a very significant role in terms of expenditures. So there have been a concerted effort because of the escalating costs to try to put a cap on those particular type of expenditures. Another thing that is also putting pressure on the healthcare system is that individuals are living longer. Here it says in 1947, 1900 rather, the average lifespan was 47. People put that even lower than that because of tuberculosis, infectious diseases, malaria, smallpox, etc., influenza, that was probably around 40. And almost 100 years plus, at 2012, at the last major statistics, it's approaching 80 years. So in almost 100 years, we have in essence doubled the average lifespan of the human being. And with many medical accomplishments that's occurring in the future, some people feel that maybe within the next 100 years, be able to have individuals living to 150 and beyond. One of the things that is very important in the pharmacy is the use of computers. This is something that is very useful in terms of the keeping of data, and so pharmacies use powerful computerized tools to help them with their productivity, to organize and maintain the inventory of prescription drugs, over-the-counter drugs, what's coming in, what's going out. A pharmacy computer system may be developed by the user to meet a specific need, or in-house development, purchase ready-made, or sometimes a drug wholesaler provides it. Although each pharmacy computer system has its own specific features, many general principles of computer usage apply to all systems. And that particular application deals with maintaining and also ensuring an ease of use for those who are trying to put in data, trying to take in data. In addition to the traditional computer, many handheld devices are being used. iPad, portable handheld electronic devices such as iPad, iTouch, smartphones, to increase the productivity of the pharmacist, increase the productivity of the pharmacy clinician, increase the positive interactions between the customer and the pharmacy. Certain things that you should be familiar with in relationship to pharmacy is that it has very different specific roles, such as patient profile. So provides complete information about the patient. This may include the prescriber, insurer, medical history, medication history, what type of allergies the patient may have, and also identifying drug interactions. And so if a particular drug has been prescribed and the person has already taken it, many times the computer can do a comparison to see whether there is any contraindications of whether these two medicines should be taken together. Billing, making sure that there is a record of what is being spent. Again, maintaining costs. So that's very, very important. Prescriber profile. Who's prescribing the drug? Are they authorized to prescribe the drug? Mostly physicians are given that particular I guess power, for lack of a better way of saying it, or privilege. But there may be other prescribers such as a nurse practitioner, a psychiatrist rather, that maybe have the permission to submit. Education. When a patient come in, a lot of times, even though they've been told by the doctor, they may need to hear it again. How do you use this drug? What are the different type of interactions you may have with other drugs or with foods? What type of allergies that this particular drug may cause? Also, another thing that the computer can help with is the location of items, using sometimes brand names, generic names, different type of codes category, suppliers, and where is a particular drug located within the inventory of the pharmacy. Something that is very important. Maintain the inventory. This is something that the pharmacy technician have one of the roles, analyzing turnover, what drugs need to be removed, what drugs need to be added, what we need more of, and so on. Labeling, very, very important. Create labels, receipts, customer information, usage, instruction, security, password protection, very, very important. Pricing, provides pricing for medication, substitutes. Is there a generic brand that is available? Computer can bring that information up very, very quickly. And then, of course, reporting, something that's very, very important to the regulatory agency, to the corporate headquarters, to the managers, to the pharmacists, that look at forecasting and financial outlays. Okay. Some of the things that you should do in order to be successful in class is at the end of each of the chapter in your textbook, they have what's called key concepts. And those particular key concepts are very helpful in terms of having you have an understanding of what this particular chapter was talking about. What is also very helpful, there are close to 2,000 questions. Doing the questions over and over again on the self-test, choose the best answer. These are different questions sections that you find at the back of each chapter, critical thinking questions. And by being able to do them without actually looking at them and doing well, give you an indication of how you're doing and how you're understanding the information. Another thing that's very important, if you look at Lab 1 in your workbook, there's a drug list. After each lab, you should be able to learn those particular drugs and be prepared to have an understanding of those particular drugs. And then complete Lab 1 that's also found inside your workbook. Right, so this concludes all the lecture sections associated with pharmacy and healthcare technician. And of course, we will move on to chapter 2